Okay, right, so it's been quite a while since I've done one of these more serious videos here. Let me just adjust this real quick. There we go, that's better. So it's been a while since I've done one of these more serious videos, but I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm wanting to slowly start getting back into these videos because they do help me a lot mentally and physically, and also it provides something different for you all and helps you get a better glimpse at my life and what I'm like. So today I wanted to talk about some of my flaws that I've got, because like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything and say I'm perfect, because no person is perfect, especially me, because I do have quite a few flaws. And one of the biggest ones that I've got right now is I'm not the most intelligent of people in the world. You can kind of, it dates back all the way to when I used to do my Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, gaming videos. A lot of the time, I would fail on the first 5 questions, and that's something that not many people would do, most of the time on gaming videos like that, or even in the show, you'd seen them get through the first 5 with relative ease. I'm having to rely on lifelines almost right at the very start, and it brings a sense of shame and guilt, and my head tells me, you are so fucking stupid, go back to school. And I'm not doing it for attention. I'm genuinely struggling with those questions because they are difficult for me, because I don't know a load of these stuff. So once I do manage to get to the £2,000 question on that game, by then I've already had to reset the game 7 times was the most I'd ever done. And one day I just rage quitted and didn't bother continuing because I was so annoyed at myself for being that I want to say stupid. I'll say stupid because it doesn't hurt me as much. That's stupid to not get those questions correct when 9 people out of 10 would. I'm the one person out of 10 that would get it wrong at the start. So that's a flaw that I've got. And sometimes I used to have an ex-best friend, and I now see that he was very condescending and very rude. And sometimes I would be honest with him and say, look, because we used to do voice acting together, me and him. I won't mention his name because I want to keep his privacy. I still want to be respectful, even after what happened. We used to do voice acting together, and I was having to remember nearly 30, 40 characters. And when you're autistic, or when with me being autistic and having a sort of lower IQ than most, a bad memory issue, because I can forget things quite easily, a stutter, and also, well, when I say stutter, I mean you've not seen it so far, but sometimes I can mess up speeches or say different words or say the repeated, see what I mean? Repeat the same word over and over again, and also I struggle to think of words that could make sense, and I'm messing up in the way I talk, as you just saw there. That is happening a lot more as I'm growing up. And one day, this was the day our friendship ended. The day I said, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm done with you. I'll get into that another time. He said that I was using this as an excuse. And that legit really, really hurt me, because I'm not trying to put on a show. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm generally not as straightforward thinking as many other people in this world are. Even other autistic people. I am a bit less quick to react. I'm slower thinking. It's difficult for me to process words or thoughts or ideas as quickly as others. So he said I was making excuses, and he said that I've got to just pull myself together and get a grip. It legit hurt. it really, really hurt because I did nothing but like try my best with him and be kind to him. I'll get to I'll do another episode about him. Yeah, I'll do a whole episode about him if you want, or talk about it another time. So that's one of my flaws. Was that one of my flaws? Well, I suppose two flaws actually, because of the speech and the low IQ thing. That's kind of two flaws. Another flaw that I would say is my biggest one, and this one I would say is kind of difficult to control, but I am getting there. I am learning just about to deal with it. And this is one that I can like accept. The other two I feel really like guilty about and I want to do better, but it may not happen anytime soon. This one I accept and I do my best to control in a calm manner. I'm a giver. I'm a donator. I like to give things away. I like to donate things, especially money. And this has been especially difficult since I got my own bank account and debit card. I'm always wanting to give money to my friends over in America, for example. Some of them are streamers and VTubers. And when I was going through a depression stage, I think in 2022 or 2023, I would a lot of the time go to these VTubers and streamers and watch their content. And it did cheer my spirits up a little bit. It did make life that bit more easier to cope with. And so my mindset is, because I've been watching these people for so long and I've gotten to be really good friends with them, still friends to this day, I can't help but have the mindset of I want to give back because it will make me feel good. And, you know, like bittersweetly in that way, it does make me feel really good to donate money. And I know a lot of the time that my parents or they themselves say, you do not have to if you don't want to. But a lot of the time I'm thinking, well, I do, because you've done a lot for me and you might be going through a lot. So I want to help you. I want to let you know that I do respect you and I'm a genuine fan of yours and I'm a genuine friend of yours. I'm not going to leave your side. That's another flaw as well. I can get very, very emotionally attached, especially to online friends. Because when I left public school in 2016, I pretty much lost everything. I lost my confidence, my friends, everything. So essentially, I was starting from scratch. And when you have zero in real life friends, because it is sad to say, but I don't. I am lonely. I don't have any in real life friends at all. When the friends that you do have are mainly or only online, in my case, I get very attached to these people because essentially, apart from my family, they're all that I have. They are all that I have. If it wasn't for them, I would not be in the decent place that I'm in right now. And so I can't help but say to them, I appreciate you so much. You mean everything to me. I'm always here for you. I promise, promise, promise. And I get really scared that it's making them uncomfortable and they don't like me. And then that will give me the fear of losing friends that I've been good friends with for a long time. And if that were to happen, then that is legit one of my biggest fears, to lose friends. It brings back so many bad memories from when I left school. I cannot let that happen again because I will break. So I'm having to control that as well to make sure I don't make them uncomfortable. But I feel guilty about it also because I want nothing more in a perfect world to say, I love you so much, you mean the world to me, you're like family. And then they would like be all cheery and happy, but they may be going through their own stuff. And also, I may look a bit overreactive and I'm not trying to. It's just I have a different view of friends that mean a lot to me. And they may not see me that way, which I respect. I understand and accept completely. If they don't see me like that, I accept that completely. It's whatever makes them comfortable. I just see them as a more impactful friend, if that makes any sense, because they were there for me since that depression stage in 2022, 2023. They were some of the first, well, I think, yeah, the first online friends I'd ever managed to make. They make me feel welcome when I join their Discord servers. They make me feel safe. They make me feel noticed. We would talk. We would go on to voice calls and voice chats. We would play games together. And indeed, we still do a lot of that stuff to this day. I am really grateful for the friends that are not afraid to, like, say, hey, do you want to play some games with me? Or, sure, I'd love to play some games with you. Or, hey, don't worry, you're going to be okay. I'm here for you. When I do meet those people that are genuine, and I do have a lot of those people, I am happy to say, it makes me feel really good, because it makes me feel like if there are some problems that I can't solve, or I don't mean this in the rudest way possible, that my family can't solve. I really am sorry. I'm just being directly honest with you, because like I said at the beginning, not every person in the world is perfect. There are some cases or problems that we can't solve. So I can try and go to those people and try and get answers for them. Or if, say, my parents are asleep in the middle of the night and I'm having sort of a breakdown or a depression episode, as I call it, and I'm like crying and going, you know what I mean? I get scared of waking them up, because I'll get into that other flaw of mine in a minute. I can go to them because most of them live in America, so the time differences can have its advantages and its curses. And I can say, look, can we talk? I'm really not in a good place right now and I need some company. And like 7 times out of 10, they're like, I got you, what do you need? And one more flaw that I want to talk about is I get very, very guilty. I can get a bit scared sometimes to be honest with someone, to put the blame to someone if necessary. I'm scared to admit they were wrong, because a lot of the times, especially with my ex-best friend, I thought I was the problem, when in reality, I didn't realise he was being condescending and rude, and it was him that was the problem. It's easy for me to do that now, but back then, and indeed nowadays, I still felt like it was all my fault. And there are some instances where it's difficult for me to be honest or say, look, like, that I didn't want you to do that. Don't do that again, please. That's difficult for me. I remember this one incident with my mother where she like tried to like sort some of my clothes out. I think I was wearing 3/4 pants, and my big brother sometimes made fun of them, jokingly, of course, and I knew that it was jokingly. But then she cut them up to make them into shorts. And, like, I did not like that, unfortunately. And I'm not blaming my mother for this, or, like, trying to be rude to her when I say this. If you're watching this, mother, I'm not trying to be rude to you, I promise. Again, I'm just being direct and honest to you. One of the scariest things for me in that day there was to say, Mum, I don't want you to mess with my clothes, don't do that, or I don't like it. And I just remember bursting into tears. Because that was, I think, one of the first times that I've had to be honest, especially with my parents, when they accidentally did something wrong. And I felt awful for that. I felt absolutely atrocious. I broke down in tears. I think I screamed. I did not like it at all. Nowadays, though, it's a bit easier for me, but still, that memory doesn't go away for me, unfortunately. It is permanent here. I want to dare say it's like trauma, but I don't think it's classified as that, so I'll skip that word out completely. So, yeah, there's some things that I wanted to get out of my head, and I wanted to have a chance to speak directly to you. And I am hoping that if I do more of these videos, not only will you get a better insight, there we go, into me and who I am as a person, but also I'll get to share what my life is like to you people, because I take a lot of gratitude for my fans, my Discord server members, my ex-followers, my YouTube subscribers. I take them all with a lot of gratitude. I'm very, very grateful for them, for helping me get this far into my YouTube career, my TikTok career, my X career, and indeed my Discord career, because I've got my own server. So I want to make sure that I can pay you back in as many ways as I can. So that's why I'm hoping to do a bit more of these videos to do that. So I hope you've enjoyed.